Can anyone see my screen? Hello? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. So a quick one. My name is Ayomide Olasoji, and I'll be taking the what's this? Sorry. I'll be taking the introductory part of the class. So a quick introduction. As I said earlier, my name is Ayomide Olasoji. I'm a visual designer, and I believe like the design is a tool for social change. So having said that, let's dive straight into this session. Please please, so that we can enjoy the class, please, I would like us to mute our microphones. Please let us mute our microphone. Oh, hello, hello. All right. Thanks. So let's dive in to this class. So for this week, we'll be looking at basics of graphic design. Basics of graphic design. And this is month one. We'll be looking at the foundation of graphic design. But for this week, which is week one, we'll be looking at how to see. Like how to see in the sense that how to differentiate between a good design and a bad design when we come across one or when we come across them, as the case may be. So a quick one so that I would know. Please, I just need one person to unmute themselves so that I will know that you are still with me. Hello. Mr. Tobiole, please can you unmute your mic so at least I'll know that. Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you very much. You can mute your mic. Thanks. All right. So basics of graphic design, how to see. Let's move to the next slide. So what is design? What is design? I believe most of us might have one point or the other come across various definitions of design. So, but in this case, there is no one size fits it all for design. There are numerous explanations and definitions of design. But what truly makes a good design? So most people think design is about making things look good. That's completely wrong. Design is not only about making something look beautiful, appealing, attractive. That's not the only thing design is about. So what is design really about? Let's move to the next slide. Design is communication plus intent. Let me break this down a bit. Design is when you communicate properly with an intended message. So in this case, it's not only about the colors that you use in the design or the text that you use in the design. It's not only about those parts alone. It's about how you communicate effectively. So in other words, if it doesn't communicate clearly, it's not a good design, no matter how nice it looks. And for example, the poster on the right, as is shown on my screen, is an example of a movie poster, and it's an example of a good design in the sense that merely looking at this, we can see books packed in this section in the middle of the design, the poster, and in the middle we have something that says the reader, and at the top section we have a film by Andrew Anderson. So basically here the design is communicating to us that this movie that we are about to see with this their poster that we are looking at is going to probably be about a reader or someone who likes to read books. And in this case, the purpose of the design has been achieved. The purpose of the design has been achieved in the sense that it communicates effectively to us and we understand what the designer or what the person behind the design is trying to say or communicate. Let's move to the next slide. So what makes a good design? What makes a good design? What makes a good design? First, clear message. The message in that design it has to be clear for everybody to understand it. And second, it has to have readable text. It has to have readable text. It has to have readable text, meaning text that can easily be seen with the eyes. You don't have to squint your eyes before you can see those texts. And the third one is focus. A good design should have a focus, or let me call it like a goal. Yes, let's use the word goal here. Like what is the reason why you are making the design? Why are you trying to make the design? What is the intended message you are trying to communicate to the viewers with your design? And at the left side here, I have something that says good design removes confusion. The purpose of every design, in this case a good design, is to remove confusion and make it easy for people to understand what you are trying to say. Let's move to the next slide. So in this case, we have two examples. We have a good example. Don't let me repeat the word good. We have an example of a good design by the left section, and we have an example of a bad design by the right section. So in this case, I'm going to allow us to unmute ourselves now and give me which of the design you will go for. Hello? Please let's unmute ourselves and give me one of the designs you will be going for if you are to make a choice. Hello? All right. Mr. Samuel J says the brown background one. Okay, nice. Does anybody has a contrary opinion?
First one.
The first one. Okay. Thank you for the feedback. The first one. Can you give us the reason why you will be going for the first one, sir?
Well, text can be well read. Sunday worship,
Okay.
lights on the dark background.
Okay.
Shows properly than the dark background on the dark background on the second.
All right. Thank you very much for that information. Thank you very much. As I have said. Okay.
It's
Oh.
perfect.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So as you said, and as we can see, the one on the left is easy and more visible to our eyes. We can easily see the text, and we can see the image in the middle of the design, which is like a church. It's giving us a visual imagery of what we'll be expecting in that church. And contrary to the one on the right looks poorly designed. The color here, green, is conflicting with the color yellow here, and even the illustration in the middle is not matching up with the design entirely. So the example on the left is an example of a good design, and the one on the right is an example of a bad design. So let's move to the next section. So every design solves a problem. Let me repeat that again. Every design solves a problem. The main purpose of a design is to solve a problem. And there are examples that I've highlighted here. The one here is the Coca-Cola logo. I believe you're all familiar with Coca-Cola logo. Some of us will have even taken Coca-Cola today. The Coke, as we call it in Nigeria. So the left section here, a logo builds recognition and trust. For example, a logo in this case, it helps to build recognition and trust. And I believe that there's no way we will see this Coca-Cola logo now. The Coke that we take, it will immediately come to our mind that this Coca-Cola logo now. And then the second section here talks about a poster. A poster attracts attention. A poster attracts attention. This is the posters this is poster for the series To Kill a Monkey, I think, which was released earlier this year or late last year. I can't recollect now. And on the last section here, we have a flyer. A flyer delivers information. A flyer delivers information. Like in this case, worship with us this Sunday, three glory life services, first service, second service, third service. Like when we see these things, it communicates something to us, and the design here solves a problem. So to rephrase again, a logo builds recognition and trust. A poster attracts attention. A flyer delivers information. Let's move to the next slide. There are also other real life applications of design. We have here from left to right. From left to right, we have road walk ahead. These are common examples of like a road sign that we might see on the road. And when you immediately see this, if you're in your car, you will know that they are walking on the road ahead. So you know how to navigate your route to get to your destination. And on the one in the middle says home light switch. We basically like operate this thing every day. We switch on our lights when we need them, and we switch it off when we don't need them. And the power the phone switch for our mobile devices, for some people that use iPhone and Android devices, is basically like the same user interface. So these are real life applications of design that we use every day, and there are other more examples that we see all around us every day. So let's move to the next slide. So for this week, we have an assignment, and I would like us to take it down. And I'll also drop it in the group chat, but I believe we can all see it from the screen. Week 1 assignment: find two designs. Find two designs, one good and one bad, and explain why you think it is a good or bad design. Let me please, we can unmute ourselves so that I'll know that we understand the assignment. Hello? Do we?
I understand the assignment.
All right. Thank you for the feedback.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So the last session is going to be. All right. Thank you. The last session is going to be for question and answer. Does anybody has question regarding what we've discussed so far today? Hello? Does anyone has a question about what we've discussed so far today?
Please, I would like you to come again on the logo, you define logo, flyer, and poster.
Okay, let's have that. Okay. What parts do you want me to break down again?
The logo. You explain logo, posters, and flyer.
Okay.
The difference.
Okay, the difference. Okay, number one, the difference between logo, poster, and flyer is basically on what they do, like based on their function. For example, a logo is meant to be like the primary identity of a brand. Like when we mention prominent brands that we know, like Apple, we all remember the Apple at the back of their the iPhone. So in this case, that's a logo. A logo is basically the primary identity of a brand. It's basically the primary identity of a brand. And a poster is meant to attract attention. Like let me give you an example now. Most of these movies that we see in Nollywood and Hollywood, they all have posters. And the reason why they have posters is to attract attention, and secondly, to raise awareness about that movie so that we would like to watch them. Like there's a couple of movies coming up this year, like Spider-Man. I can't remember the full title, but Spider-Man is coming up shortly. I watched their trailer of recent. And then we have flyer. A flyer is basically to deliver information, and churches do this a lot. They print handbill and flyers for their upcoming programs that we call Isoji in Yoruba. Like Yoruba people understand that. Sorry for saying that. Like the Yoruba, we have Isoji, and then like vigils. They might just share you a flyer when you are working. Maybe you are going to work, and they tell you, sister, brother, please come to our church this Sunday. Come to our church this Friday. So these are like real life examples of what I've said for a logo, poster, and a flyer. Did I answer the question correctly, or do you want me to explain further? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, sir. I don't know if but the voice it's at some point breaks up and then comes back. I don't know if it's just me or
Oh,
anybody else is experiencing something.
it's probably the network. At what point did you lose did I get lost like in the convo?
After the part where you said the logo attracts people.
Oh, let me retake that again. I said, can you hear me now? Is it audible enough now? Oh, God, this network is. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
I said a logo is the primary identity of a brand. Like when we mention prominent brands, what comes to mind first is their logo. And I use the example of the Apple, the iPhone, which is one of their products. It has their logo at the back, which is their primary identity. And I said a poster serves the purpose of attracting attention and to raise awareness about something. For example, in this case, movie posters. To Kill a Monkey, which was released sometimes, I don't know, maybe last year or 2024. This is their poster. And the reason why we have posters for movies is that so that it raises awareness about the poster, and it will like kind of steer us to want to watch the movie. And in this year, there's still going to be a lot of movies, and some of them have been dropping their trailers already, and they are definitely going to have posters for that too. And I said a flyer serves the purpose of delivering information. It is meant to deliver information. Churches do this a lot. They print their flyers and give us, maybe you are passing on the road and they tell you, brother, sister, please come to our event this Saturday, come to our church this Sunday. We would like you to come around and worship with us. Does that answer your question, ma? Hello? 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 Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, I was asking if that answered my answer to your question, ma. Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, I was asking if my explanation answers your question enough.
I'm not the one that asked the question, sir.
Okay,
But that's also like sorry, me. I'm not the one that asked the question.
okay. Uh, who asked the question? I don't know if the person is still on the call. So, that's that for that. So, does anyone ask any other question so we can attend to that before the next trainer comes on board?
Um, yes, I have a question, sir.
All right,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon, sir. Go on, sir.
Okay, sir. So the question is about the assignment. So when are
Okay.
we to submit it? And are we to submit it on the group chat?
Um, I for this week, I'm still going to meet ask Caesar's Graphics and conclude that. But for this week, for the sake of this week, you can just submit to my DM, and I will communicate that to the instructor in charge of monitoring attendance and assignments.
Okay, sir. So when is the deadline? Before
It should be
before the next.
before next week Saturday. So from now till next week Saturday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone ask any other question? Does anyone ask any other question? All right. If there are no further questions, that brings us to the end of this week's training. I will see you guys next week, Saturday. Please hold on. The next trainer is going to come on board in a matter of minutes. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Don't you see?